And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We're talking the Central European Rally preview. We are very much at the business end of the World Rally Championship, and who is going to be taking advantage, we'll be getting into that. We'll be doing our predictions as well, but it is Rally Week, so to speak. I'm so sorry, we're a tiny bit late to the party, but this is the current order before round 12, with OJ 2 points ahead of Elfyn Evans, 224 to 222. Rovanperä within sight of the lead as well. Given a disastrous rally from both OJ and Evans, he may well be leading on 203, so he's within 20 points. Well, 21. And then we have Tarmac, who's quite a few behind. He's the one that very much absolutely needs to win, balls to the wall. Neuville, he sort of has a shot at the championship, but it's not really happening. Katsuta in 6th on 94 points. Yeah. Formo, 86 points. I think overall, compared to his teammates, he's probably a bit disappointed. They've kind of scored double on what he has. Pajari, yeah. Solberg on 60, 10 points behind Pajari, and one, and not even in WRC, let's be honest, and Monster in 10th. So, OJ, potentially favourite for the title, but is he going to be favourite for the Central European Rally event? I'm going to leave that to you. See, these are some of the recce shots via Hankook. I mean, look at it. It is a tarmac rally. And that's, we're going to make a point about tarmac rallies in a bit. But it is a tarmac rally, and it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, look at these really moody, cloudy shots. They look really, really impressive with the Hankook tires. You don't want to go wrong there, otherwise you'll end up down the valley. So, yeah, I'm really excited. Central European Rally. I think this might be the last one. I don't think it is in the new calendar, albeit we've not done a video about the new calendar, and we really should. So, moving on from that, this is the Rally 1 lineup. So, we've got Seb Ogier, will be starting, leading the road because he's leading that championship. Disadvantage, maybe, but the time I think when Tarmac was leading, Elfyn Evans didn't really make too much of an advantage, even though he's starting second, arguably with a slight advantage over OJ. The guy who's got the biggest advantage is going to be Rovanperä, and Tarmac, I think, are in really good positions there, along with Neuville. So we've got Rovanperä obviously starting third, Tarmac fourth, Neuville fifth, Katsuta, Formo next up, and then the last three is Pajari, Monster, and McLaren. So the two M Sports Ford, they're out the running really, aren't they? As they have been most of the year, sadly. But what's going to be interesting is Hyundai are doing absolutely everything they can, as you saw in the last video, to try and get Tarmac to win the European, to win the Rally Championship. And he's going to absolutely have to win this rally. Also breaking, not enough time to do a video, I'm so sorry, but Andrew Wheatley joins Hyundai as sporting director. We'll probably talk about that maybe throughout the weekend. So this is what was interesting. Colin Clark on the podcast for Dirtfish, and he's talking about Elfyn Evans, who's never won a title, unlike OJ, Tarmac, and Rovanperä. Out of the four, out of all those people gunning for the championship, Elfyn is the odd one out, he's not won. And he says he knows he can deal with pressure a whole load better than Elfyn Evans, who is yet to win a world title. And it's interesting they talk about pressure because it's Elfyn Evans that sometimes occasionally crumbles under pressure, but he hasn't done so yet. But this rally here is going to be an absolute test on whether he is going to crumble up the pressure or not. But someone that does, maybe, particularly when it's tarmac, 24, 25, 25, all tarmac rallies, is Sami Pajari. Rally 1 outings on tarmac haven't gone to plan so far. Will this week's Central European Rally be a turning point? I jolly well hope it does. It kind of needs to be, really. Both him and Katsuta have been really, for me, disappointing. It's kind of like, they can do better if they just try. I know that sounds silly. I mean, surely you had those brothers, sisters, or friends that were fairly talented, but you knew if they tried harder or they revise in their subject, they could do so much better. That's pretty much how I feel about those two. They've got the talent to do it. I just don't know what's going on. So when we look at the Central European Rally, here we go. So we've got the shakedown, well, just about, we're recording this 11:30. So I would say tomorrow, but most of you are going to be watching this on Thursday. So the shakedown on the 16th. And then we've got stage 1 and stage 2, both in Germany. It's great, isn't it? And then the big day is obviously the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday. But on the Sunday, starts on the 17th, we've got obviously stage 3 all the way to stage 8, stage 3, 4, 5, then we've got that break in the 6, 7, 8. So stage 3 is in Germany, stage 4 is Austria, stage 5 the Czech. I mean, wow. 3 different countries. And we're all about, and the same again for the next day. And that's what I love about the Central European Rally. Now, on Saturday, we've got stage 9, 10, 11, then a break, and then 12, 13, and 14. Starting in Germany, finishing in Germany. No Austria, though, on the Saturday, but it's Austria on the Sunday as we, stage 15, cross the borders from Germany into Austria. Amazing. How many rallies say they can do that? And then we've got stage 17, Germany, back into Austria. And then stage 18 is the Wolf Power Stage. Who's going to win? Well, funny you mention that. Let's talk about it. And let's talk about it. These are, sadly, funny enough, these aren't pictures of the Central European Rally. I think they're pictures of Chile, sadly. I couldn't get in time the Central European Rally pictures behind me. But let's talk drivers and let's see who we think is the least favourites going into who is the favourites. You've probably had quite the guess all already. But let's talk about the least favourite. Are you surprised? Because I'm not. It's Monster. I know. And it is a bit sad. I'm sad because it's both the M Sport boys, but unless something goes horribly wrong for people, they're not winning a rally. I'm not saying they're not talented, but yeah, they're no Formo, are they? When you look at Formo last year, or Tarmac in the M Sport, no. So who's next? Well, this guy here, Sami Pajari, I do predict he's going to do less good maybe than Katsuta. He really needs to do good. As I just literally said earlier, I want him to do well. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike the guy. I really like the guy. Some people think I dislike Katsuta. No, I would love him to win a rally. I'd love him to become the Japanese Toyota World Rally Championship. But I don't think either of these are. I mean, we haven't seen anything special really out of Pajari. And this year, we've not seen anything, well, hold your horses, Formo, but we've not seen anything special out of Katsuta as well. And that's what's really frustrating. We've seen glimpses, but that's all we've seen. Glimpses where he could win a rally, but he doesn't. Last year, glimpses he could win a rally, but he doesn't. And so on and so forth. And it's kind of like Katsuta's plateau to someone who is fairly good, like C grade, does just enough, occasionally has a few highlights, and that's about it. Doesn't set the world alight, but he's such a nice guy. I would love him to prove me wrong and win this rally. That's what I would like. Is it going to happen? I would not bet a lot of money on it. Maybe it's worth a tenner. Now, another guy who's really struggled this year. This is the reigning, defending world champion who's pretty much, it's almost inevitable at this point that Newell is going to lose his crown. And it's, once again, it's really frustrating. He just couldn't get it right. Maybe it's the car. We know the tyres, because even Rovan Para has had issues with the tyres. He just cannot get the car happy. And along with Formo, who I'd make an argument, in terms of speed, he's really been up there. He's shown both Hyundai drivers up. But things either maybe a mistake from him, or sometimes it's the Hyundai car falling apart. Things haven't really gone as well as they should have for Formo. But there we go. So looking at now the top four, and I think Evans, he needs to really do well. He's starting second on the road, but I can't help it for the other three potentially are going to be a bit stronger here on tarmac, unless of course we are in the autumn now. If it rains, we know how good this guy is in the wet. If it rains, he will be my fourth favourite, suddenly my favourite, because he's really good. He's got such a good feel in the wet. So, if he's fourth. In third, yeah, surprise, surprise, I'm having the championship leader, OJ, which will be good for Evans, because it means he won't lose that many points. But Seb OJ is now leading. He's got something to lose. He was the underdog for so many rallies, and now he's leading that championship. Can he take the pressure? Absolutely he can. But he's now a hunted man, and he starts first on the road, which will be an advantage. And the people in the best positions, I think, is Tarmac. He's so far back, he's got nothing to lose. It's either win it or bin it stage now for Tarmac, with Hyundai fully behind you. Hyundai probably not going to win that Constructors, the team's title either. Absolutely. But there's one guy that has even less to lose, I think, at the moment. And it's this man here, Kalle Rovan Para. I think he's one of the favourites for the rally. Why? Well, if he can get around the issues he has with the tyres, he's going to be absolutely amazing. He's got, unlike Tarmac, nothing to lose. He knows he's leaving rally at the end of the year. And I think that's going to make him scary. I think that's going to make him scary fast. That's why Kalle is my favourite going into the rally. But any of the top four could potentially win. Even Formo. Hey, Katsuta, I would love you. I would love to win it. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But I would love to be talking about Kasuta victory on Sunday evening, Monday afternoon when we do our next rally show. Anyway, that's pretty much it. There we go. No, we're swapping and changing everywhere now. There we go. There's the rally one back. We had the hot lap one back. So anyway, if you've made it to the end, please think about giving us a subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing. As I'm looking for the subscribe button now. There we go. If you just clicked on this to watch this rally, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we'll speak to you soon. See you later. And above all else, stay safe.